afternoon. All eyes on the Black Stars of Ghana as they play a crucial World Cup opener against Panama later tonight. We'll find out the expectations of Ghanaians ahead of the game.
Also this hour, Interior Minister inaugurates 13-member committee of inquiry to probe circumstances surrounding recent spate of deadly building collapses.
A little later, the Commissioner on Human Rights and Administrative Justice warns that delays in prosecuting corruption cases are undermining public confidence in the fight against graft.
It's News Central, live on TV3. I'm Kemini Amano.
And I am Mawina Egbeta. The bulletin starts right now.
The majority and minority leaders traded sharp words on the floor of Parliament over former Finance Minister Ken Ofori-Atta just hours after his lawyers secured permanent residency for him in the United States. The clash erupted after Minority Leader Alexander Penyumakin criticized the government's job creation efforts, but the debate quickly shifted to Ofori-Atta, with Majority Leader Mahama Ayariga accusing the NPP of lacking principles and failing to ensure the former minister's return to Ghana to face justice. Christian Yale is our parliamentary affairs correspondent, joining us with more on this development from Parliament. Christian, walk us through what happened.
All right, so there was a statement made by the MP for Salaga South, Zuwaira Ibrahima, which was basically about how Ghana could revitalize technical and vocational education. And so MPs had made contributions to that statement. Just when Parliament was about to rise or adjourn to today, both leaders were in the chamber and were also required to finalize their, contributions to that statement. It was when the minority leader, Alexander Penyumakin, indicated that if there is anything to be done to help Ghanaian youth, then government must consider, implementing its job-oriented programs like the 24-hour economy and ensuring that programs also like the 1 million coders program and the rest are effectively implemented to ensure that there is, jobs and enough opportunities for the Ghanaian youth. In fact, that is what provoked the majority leader, Mahama Ayariga, who saw it as a bit, off the radar, because then government is just a little over a year into office, and if anything, he's of the view that the minority who had promised to bring back Ken Ofori-Atta to face justice should be doing that, because in his view, the former finance minister is one person who plunged the country into some chaos and debt here and there. We can listen to the majority leader make his claim on the floor yesterday.
As for the 1 week, 3 shifts, I can assure you that gradually we will get there. It doesn't happen in one day. It's a process, and we will get there. I believe that in the not too distant future, when the economy has been stabilized, if you are able to get the former finance minister Ken Ofori-Atta to come back to Ghana and account for all that he has taken out of the country. Why? You even promised to bring Ken Ofori-Atta to this country. You promised us in this chamber that you will bring Ken Ofori-Atta to Ghana. You promised us. We didn't ask you, but you promised us that you bring Ken Ofori-Atta. Now we are told that he he has obtained permanent residency in the United States. A former finance minister running away from his country. And you sit there and you want to complain about a government that is just 1 year and a half in office, fixing the mess of people like that. If he has nothing to fear, he should man up and come back to this country and come and defend himself. Mr. Speaker, I believe that Ghanaians should demand of the NPP that if they don't produce Ken Ofori-Atta in this country, they should never come before them asking for power again. Ghanaians must demand of the NPP, because you presented him to this parliament as your nominee for a finance minister, and we approved him as a nominee for finance minister and gave him our economy to manage, and he mismanaged it and ran away. And you want to go back to Ghanaians and ask Ghanaians to give you power again, so that you will bring another Ken Ofori-Atta to mismanage the economy and run to Europe. That's what you want to do. And Ghanaians must be asking MPP not to even appear before them to ask for power unless they have brought Ken Ofori-Atta back to this country. That's what I think should happen. We must have principles.
Christian, clearly the minority leader could not wait to respond to those remarks. What did he say?
He's of the view that one is innocent before guilty. Now, one thing that we know in parliamentary practice is that when there is an incident that involves someone and the person, or extraneous matters, and the person is not in the chamber to respond, you ordinarily wouldn't have to mention and make certain claims. The minority leader, Alexander Afeomakin, is of the view that, see, the man, Ken Ofori-Atta, is not an MP, is not in the chamber, wasn't in the chamber at the time the majority leader was leveling all of these claims. And so the majority leader should know better, and as a lawyer as he is, should give or be fair, treat Ken Ofori-Atta fairly. Let's listen to Alexander Afeomakin, who is also of the view that, see, if the majority or the NDC feel that they have anything at all to prove, then they have the court. They could go to the court. We can listen to Alexander Afeomakin.
It is becoming one too many that the majority leader has made Ken Ofori-Atta his target. Speaker, with respect, my respected senior at the bar knows that a man must be heard, and that even if all men find a man's hand in a tail, his guilt must be proven. He knows that as a matter of law. You cannot bring Ken Ofori-Atta's name here when the man is not here to defend himself and make serious allegations against him. Mr. Speaker, the majority leader himself is part of the governance of this country. How would he feel if this is said about him when he does not have the right to respond? If you come and say all that Ken Ofori-Atta has taken away, what has he taken away? What has he taken away? He is a human being like you, a citizen like you. He also has children. He has his family. Be fair. Mr. Speaker, the majority leader, Honorable Mahama Yerga, must be fair. It is not his first. He supervised the embarrassment of Ken Ofori-Atta when they brought placards in this chamber by his side. Mr. Speaker, please and please again to the majority leader, if he has no answer to the economy that is struggling, and when we say economy is struggling, we're talking about the jobs that they have failed to create, he should answer those specific questions.
Now, Christian, we've heard from both leaders. How does the exchanges eventually end?
Majority leader says that once you know you are living in a glass house, you shouldn't throw stones. So from the background of they commenting on a statement that wasn't even about Ken Ofori-Atta to now this debate, his claim is that, see, once the minority leader raises any issue that he deems necessary to respond to, he would always respond to. That is one. Now the minority leader also says that, see, no one is afraid of you, the majority leader. This is the House of Parliament, and we can all debate. Let's look at how the banter ended between the two of them.
He got them and started talking about ministers of state. He got them and started trying to embarrass government by making references to issues between the finance minister and minister of agriculture. He started it. He started it.
Well.
So when you don't, when you live in a glass house, you don't throw stones. You don't throw stones when you live in a glass house. You mismanage the economy. So today, don't come and be telling people about the mismanagement of the economy. Ghanaians saw everything. So, Mr. Speaker, if he talks, I will respond.
So leader.
Yeah, Mr. Speaker, this is a house of debate.
No.
Since when did anybody become afraid of him? Mr. Speaker, he's raised serious issues against somebody who is not here.
Leader, respectfully.
If there's anybody to prosecute, you know what is happening to the Met at Gold Board. The IMF has reported 9 billion cedis. Is there any prosecution? That is not mismanagement. Mr. Speaker, we are ready any day. They should bring it on. We would face them. We have every single corruption issue in this government. What has happened?
Leader, thank you.
To the big push.
Leader, I have been sitting here since afternoon.
He should bring it on, the majority leader.
You should.
And we'll see who will be bruised.
Leader, you should have mercy on me. Honorable members, let me thank you for the day.
Well, Christian, we'll leave it here for now. Thank you so much for the report. And Christian Yale is our parliamentary affairs correspondent. We've been looking at how the Ofori-Atta permanent residency in the United States played out in Parliament. I'll bring in now Director of Communications for the NPP to respond to issues that have played out in Parliament so far. Richard Ahiagba is joining me for more. Richard, thank you so much for your time today here on News Central. But the party must be elated at this time that the former finance minister has been able to secure his green card.
Kemini, I don't think so. Good afternoon to you and to your viewers. Ken has not obtained a green card yet, but his application to adjust his status in the United States by filing the I-485 has been granted by a court. So now the pathway is open for him to then go ahead and adjust his status as he is seeking to do, so that he can put behind him the burdens of immigration vis-a-vis his objective of trying to get well, which is why he's in the United States. So if there is anything gratifying about this news, it is to the extent that Ken will not be burdened with the immigration responsibilities he needs to meet to allow him to obtain medical care, which is the main goal while he's in the United States. So there's nothing celebratory about it for us, the NPP, but for him and his immediate family, they have the peace of mind now to focus on the health care that he is there to seek.
I see.
For the NPP,
the interpretation, however,
there for us.
The interpretation some people have given to that, a section of the public, and as we have seen it play out in Parliament today, is that he will not be coming home to face the charges that have been leveled against him. What are your reactions to that?
Oh, I mean, I don't really know. I was listening to the majority leader, who is a lawyer, and make all sorts of blunders, and all in the name of scoring cheap political points. What is the point in claiming all the things that he's saying? Ken is not MPP personified. He's a member of the MPP. I am not MPP personified. I'm a member of the MPP. And there is no law in this country. There is no convention. There is no practice. There is no norm that suggests that a member of a political party, if he needs to answer a question to the state, then the political party has a business or a burden to produce him. I don't know why he's making that very erroneous argument. that MPP brought him to Parliament. He was appointed for God's sake, just the same way Ferdinand Tamaklo was appointed by former President Mahamat then in his first term. And when she misconducted herself, this we can say because she's convicted of corruption. When she was convicted in 2024, did we stand in Parliament to say NDC must produce her, and therefore she's NDC's responsibility to produce her, as though NDC stood surety for her in her prosecution? So this whole thing, I don't understand, because you have a government who is completely has completely lost track, who is completely not focused on the fight against corruption, because it is determined to be selective in the fight, protecting its people and persecuting political opponents. This is what they have left to talk about. Ken Ofori-Atta, as you and I speak, can't be prosecuted in absentia. Article 19.3 of our Constitution allows for that to happen. So what exactly is the limitation? What exactly is the claim of the majority leader to suggest that unless they see Ken with their own eyes, they won't advance the prosecution? If they don't believe that is doable, we have shown them. The issue to do with Ferdinand Tamaklo, after she was given permission to go and seek medical help, medical care abroad, he refused to come in 2021. So in 2023, when the decision was made to advance the case, her lawyers stood in. She was served through her lawyers to her residence, and the case proceeded. And then she was convicted. And she's now in the country to serve that sentence.
Very well.
So I don't understand why they would not proceed to prosecute Ken and make it an NPP problem. If this is not an NPP problem, if NDC was not responsible for bringing Ferdinand Tamaklo, and that we have to use state processes and our relationship with the United States to extradite her here, what stops them from working through the same channels to extradite Ken Ofori-Atta? NPP has no responsibility to bring him at all. Please correct that impression being created by the NDC.
Indeed, Richard, we'll leave it here. Thank you so much for talking to us. Richard Ahiagba is Director of Communications for the NPP.
Some other matters now, and it's a big day for the senior national team, the Black Stars, as they take on Panama in their Group L opener in the ongoing 2026 World Cup. The Black Stars will be without Vice Captain Thomas Partey in what has been described by many analysts as a crucial game in determining if we make it into the round of 32. The team arrived in Canada on Monday and rounded up final training sessions yesterday ahead of the game. This is the first time Ghana will be facing the North American nation, and expectations are high across the length and breadth of the country. I'm going to bring in Bill Eshen right now. He's with 3 Sports. But my colleague, Safo Abuahi, has been touching base with a number of fans across the capital. We'll go to her pretty shortly, but let's get to Bill Eshen first, who's joining me in the studio as we talk preparations ahead of this game. Bill, it's a big one for us, obviously because of the conversation surrounding how a win here gives us 70% chance to make it into the round of 32. What is preparations like for the team ahead of that 11 p.m. kickoff?
The team have been preparing quite well. They've been in very high spirits. From the videos that I've seen, the players are showing some camaraderie. They dance together, they sing together, they have fun together. And Coach Carlos Queiroz has been creating a sort of good relationship with the team. Some of the players have actually said very positive words about the training sessions and how Carlos Queiroz relates to the team. And the hope is it comes to bear. We saw a bit of it against Wales, and hopefully it becomes even better on the world stage as Ghana faces Panama.
Right. We'll be without Thomas Partey.
Yeah.
In terms of how we possibly could shape up in terms of a replacement, because he's a big deal when it comes to the Black Stars. How is it looking like? The coach has been answering a number of questions in that regard as well from the press conference yesterday.
Yes, he did answer a number of questions, including that of Thomas Partey, of course. With that particular issue, he did note that he has to use the resources available to him. And with a number of midfielders he's called, apart from Thomas, there's Elisha Owusu who is available, there's Kwesi Sibo who is also available as well. And there's Caleb Irenchi and then Augustin Boachi, who usually plays as a number 10, but also drops in to fill that number 8 slot. I remember Kosi Sibo particularly talked about how impactful his miss would be, but how he hopes or how he wishes that the team still kicks on and try and get the win for Thomas Partey.
Right. I'm going to have us go listen to a number of fans in terms of expectation. Then when I return, we'll talk about Panama, because everybody's been saying we'll beat them comfortably. But the Panama team, we need to understand them. My colleague Safwa Boahi has been engaging a number of Ghanaians on expectations ahead of the encounter. Here's what she put together.
Well, if there is a conversation topping the chat and dominating the streets of Accra or Ghana precisely, then you know it is definitely the Ghana Black Stars World Cup opener happening tonight in some few hours against Panama. And today we are on the streets of Accra, specifically Osu, from Night Market to Oxford Street, to gauge the reactions of people and to know how prepared they are, how prepared they think Ghana Black Stars are, and also their predictions so far. With all that is happening around the World Cup, do they think that Ghana Black Stars is going to take the cup, or we will go on to the next stage?
Ghana Black Stars will perform well. Even though we don't have Partey, we think that whoever will replace him will do well. We pray that Ghana moves to the next stage. And you can see everyone here will benefit from it. Those wearing the jerseys, those selling the jerseys, everyone is going to benefit from it. Even if you're not selling, that emotional benefit you get.
Tonight the game will be amazing, and I hope Ghana will score 1-0. 1-0 Ghana. Oh, I hope so. Ghana will win. Definitely Ghana will win.
What makes you that confident?
Well, I get that confidence in me a long time, because I know the team where you are going, everybody was saying it's not good, the team was so bad. But right now, when you look at the guys and the way their unity is there, definitely we will win.
2-0.
2-0.
Yeah. Oh, I mean, I like this guy. What's his name? Oh, Semenyo. Semenyo is my guy. I've watched him before. So it's like, I mean, if they play well, we have the chance. Let's watch the first few games and then we can predict. I mean, it'll be too, I don't know, it's too early.
Ghana, we believe ourselves. We believe our players. So we're going to win that game by 2-0. Thank you very much.
That is it. 2-0.
Oh, we are praying for the Black Stars, and the whole continent is trying to watch Black Stars carefully, and we hope they will deliver. I'm praying for the Black Stars, especially the goalkeeper, all management of the Black Stars. We thank you very much. And prediction, at least 2-1 will not be bad. Ghana will score and the Panama will equalize, and finally we'll add one to it.
Oh, and the expect you couldn't be the area said Yankopon and by no one young. You say Ghana man, who say more 90% Ghana JC. Or Munina say and couldn't be a beba. The Bompire at the town much. And here 2 goals. Now you who see 3 points. Nanayao. That's a bongo man.
All right, Bongo Man. I just spoke to Nanayao and some few others who are very positive and quite optimistic about the games tonight. And they are ready. The stakes are high. Expectations are very high. Some calling 3-0, some calling for Ghana 2, some 1. But generally, ordinarily, Ghanaians are ready. They are confident in Ghana Black Stars, hoping that they are going to win the match tonight and will go far in the World Cup. We live to see. Safwa Boahini, TV3 News, Accra.
Colleague Safwa with reactions from the streets of the capital, where the World Cup is big business, right? Bill is still in studio with me. Bill, just before we talk about Panama, any inkling or idea what a possible lineup could be like, considering we've just seen one lineup from Carlos Queiroz ahead of this opening?
I personally think, I mean, it's unfortunate that Carlos Queiroz only managed the team for 1 game before the World Cup. And so he didn't really have the opportunity to try different things. But from what we saw from the lineup against Wales, I would expect Atizigi to start in goal. For the back four, I expect Gideon Mensah to take the left, Marvin Senaya on the right, Jonas Ajeti and Jerome Opoku as centre-backs. In midfield, I think Elisha Owusu will partner Caleb Irenchi, who should slot in for Thomas Partey. And then The forward line is where it will be tricky. Jordan Ayew does have to start, and I believe he might start as a number 10, while Semenyo takes the left side, and we probably see Ernest Nuamah on the right, and then Prince Edu Kwabena, Prince Edu Kwabena in the middle. So Semenyo on the left, Prince Edu Kwabena in the middle, and then Ernest Nuamah on the right, with Jordan Ayew as the number 10.
Hopefully we're seeing new stars emerge from this particular one. But let's talk about Panama, right? Because there's been a lot of focus, and rightly so, on our own team, the Black Stars. But the persons we're going up against, or the team we're going up against, not a lot of people know much about them. It's the first time we're meeting them as well. What is the expectation like as we go into this fixture?
Yes, I've seen a number of fans showing a lot of confidence against Panama. I do understand why, because as compared to England and Croatia, Panama are the weakest among the three. But Panama are objectively stronger than Ghana. There's a reason why they are in the top 40 in the world at the moment. They're a very strong side. I watched a bit of them versus South Africa, and I realized that they're a team that move together. When they attack together. When they defend together. And they're very solid when it comes to the defensive side of football. Their coach has that defensive mindset drilled into the team. And so I would expect that Ghana will get the possession, but they have to find a way to break that Panama defense, because it's going to be very, very difficult to do that.
All right. Let me go to the northern part of the country right now. When we return, we'll look at the fixtures for the World Cup, because it's a Mundial season, right? Christopher Mwako is my colleague who is joining us from the northern region of Ghana, right? Because fans there as well have been looking ahead to the game. Chris, talk to us. What have they been telling you, expectations as to the game at 11 p.m. a lot later today?
So they have actually been talking about the fact that the Ghana Black Stars will today go ahead to beat Panama by, some are saying 2-0, others are saying 2-1, others are saying 3-0. The euphoria here in Tamale is very great because for the first time we are seeing a lot of the residents coming out in their replica jerseys and also supporting the Black Stars, calling on them to win today. One thing is that they are optimistic that even with the absence of Thomas Partey in the midfield, the other players who are going to be part of the team today to play against Panama are going to do very well, and in the end, Ghana is going to emerge victorious. Everyone in the greater Tamale metropolis is expecting the Black Stars to win later tonight. Let's take a listen to what some of them have actually been sharing with us, Marvin.
Right.
Today is the day that we've all been waiting for. And I know that football is one of the things that binds us as Ghanaians and as one umbrella. And so today I'm of great expectations, because I know these are players are capable of beating Panama. And I don't want to be too mean. So I think we'll score 4-0. It is possible and it is doable. And judging from previous games, I think it's past. Let's put the past behind us. And then with this team, we should be able to gain our 3 points that will edge us on, because I think people are scared of England, but I know that we'll get some points from them and then top up the group and then move ahead.
I trust that regardless of whatever issues that has happened between Ghana and that matter Canada in respect of Thomas Partey, believe you me, Ghana is going to score Panama by 3-0, and I trust that at the end of the day we are going to showcase to the world that regardless of that kind of unfortunate issues that has happened, we are going to edge past, Panama. Believe you me, and you can see the euphoria is such that, we cannot actually just sidestep that. That is how come that I think that it's about time that I want to call on Ghanaians, and other well-meaning people to rally behind the Black Stars. And of course, at the end of the day, of course, the match is going to come off, I think around 11 p.m. in the night. But I trust that, as you can see, we are actually going to beat Panama, and at the end of the day, that is the victory that is actually going to come the way for Ghana.
Do you think that the Thomas Partey issue will affect the team?
Yeah, to me, I think it will not affect the issue of what players being demoralized when Thomas Partey is not there.
Yes.
Ghana will make it. As a patriotic citizen, I'm always out for Ghana, and Ghana is giving them 2-0.
I'm so happy that Ghana is playing today. I'm not sure if I'll be able to even stay up to watch it, but who knows? the euphoria is there. My children are football fans, so when they start, maybe the annoyance will get me out there, and I want to see Ghana score against our opponents.
Just briefly, in terms of how widespread persons are wearing jerseys in the Tamale metropolis. In Accra, I mean, Safwa tells us there's been a lot, and even in the office today, a number of individuals are in Black Star jersey as well. Is this same in the northern region, Tamale to be specific, where you are?
Yes, so Marina, this is the first time I'm personally seeing a lot more people wearing the Ghana jersey, because everywhere in the Tamale metropolis, you have, if there are 10 people, 7 or 8 of them are wearing the Ghana jersey. And so today is a Ghana jersey day. I wore mine in the morning. Someone met me and picked it. And so I think that everybody wants to wear the Ghana jersey today to support the Ghana Black Stars.
Right then, Chris, thank you very much for those details. That's my colleague, Christopher Marco, in the Tamale metropolis for us. Billy Shan is still with us in the studio. And so we've spoken about the Black Stars, but obviously it's not the only game that's coming up today. Quite interesting fixtures as well. I see you have a broad smile on your face as well, because that's outside of Ghana, there's an area of interest as well. Another big name in the competition, Portugal, is facing African competition as well in DR Congo. Talk to us about that.
Yes, Cristiano Ronaldo, a lot of eyes will be on him because this will literally be his last World Cup tournament.
Never say never. It could be.
Oh no, I don't. I think he
could turn up at 45. You never know.
Oh, I'm not sure. I think the moment he reaches that 1,000 goals, he would probably retire. But this is probably the last World Cup chance that he would have to actually get, you know, that World Cup trophy that has eluded his whole career. So that is a very interesting match. And also, rival watch, England will be facing Croatia just before the Black Stars will be facing Panama. So another one to watch. And then later, that will be basically tomorrow dawn, Uzbekistan will be facing Colombia. But a lot of eyes on Portugal because of Ronaldo. And then the England one.
On side note, there are conversations that some of the fans should be wearing helmets today in that Portugal game. You know why? Firing from all angles just to get a few goals.
And he will fire 2 goals at least, I think.
You're expecting Ronaldo to score 2 goals?
I expect him to score 2 goals.
Yesterday we got a hat-trick, and so we're cool. But Bill, thank you very much. We look forward to that game. It's live on TV3.
Yes, Ghana versus
Build-up starts at 10.
Yes, at 10.
I believe,
yes.
10 p.m. And then the kickoff is at 11 p.m.
Yes.
That's Bill Eshen, my colleague with 3 Sports, helping us appreciate and understand what it is that we can expect for the senior national team, the Black Stars. It will take us on to our very first break. When we return, the Interior Ministry has been setting up a committee to invest in building collapses in the country. We'll get details of that if you stay with us here on News Central.
Is changing, not slowly, not quietly. In the north, the rains that once arrived on time don't come anymore. In the middle belt, rivers and forests disappearing overnight. Along the coast, the sea is swallowing land that families have called home for generations. Rising temperatures, failed harvests, homes lost to tides. This is not a warning about tomorrow. This is the world right now. TV3 and the German Embassy in Ghana. The conversation on climate, security implications in Ghana. The Climate Talks 2026. 5 cities, 5 conversations, 1 urgent call to action. Tamale, Bolgatanga, Kumasi, Keta, Accra, starting this June 2026. The climate talks are coming, and this time, the people most affected by Ghana's climate security crisis will be at the center of it all. Because the time for Ghana to act is now. In a world full of noise, clarity matters. Stories shape us, ideas challenge us. An honest dialogue moves us forward. This is a space for depth, where voices are heard and perspectives matter. Conversations with Dr. Abnanya Kwasmeni, coming soon on TV3.
TV3, first in news.
Is changing, not slowly, not quietly. In the north, the rains that once arrived on time don't come anymore. In the middle belt, rivers and forests disappearing overnight. Along the coast, the sea is swallowing land that families have called home for generations. Rising temperatures, failed harvests, homes lost to tides. This is not a warning about tomorrow. This is the world right now. TV3 and the German Embassy in Ghana. The conversation on climate security implications in Ghana. The Climate Talks 2026. 5 cities, 5 conversations, 1 urgent call to action. Tamale, Bolgatanga, Kumasi, Keta, Accra. Starting this June 2026. The climate talks are coming, and this time, the people most affected by Ghana's climate security crisis will be at the center of it all. Because the time for Ghana to act is now. In a world full of noise, clarity matters. Stories shape us, ideas challenge us. An honest dialogue moves us forward. This is a space for depth, where voices are heard and perspectives matter. Conversations with Dr. Abnanya Kwasmeni, coming soon on TV3.
TV3, first in news.
Welcome back. It's still News Central here on TV3. Now, the Interior Minister, Muntaka Mohammed Mubarak, has inaugurated a 13-member committee of inquiry to probe the circumstances surrounding recent spate of deadly building collapses. According to the minister, the probe will examine structural defects, defective construction materials, design deficiencies, construction malpractice, environmental degradation, climate-related factors, human negligence, and institutional failures, among others.
Over the years, several buildings collapses across the country have claimed lives and caused extensive property damage. In the wake of these incidents, questions have been raised about the role of regulatory institutions, developers, and other stakeholders responsible for ensuring compliance with building standards. As part of efforts to investigate the recent building collapse, the Minister for the Interior, Muntaka Mohammed Bubarak, has inaugurated a 13-member committee to examine the circumstances surrounding the incident and recommend measures to prevent future occurrences. The minister stressed that the committee must carry out its work with the highest level of professionalism, objectivity, independence, and integrity, and produce recommendations that are practical, evidence-based, and implementable. The minister noted that the committee's work should not only establish the causes of the unfortunate incident, but also help chart a new course towards safer construction practices, stronger regulatory oversight, improved enforcement mechanisms, and enhanced committee resilience.
Government expects your work to be guided by professionalism, independence, integrity, and objectivity. Your recommendations must be actionable, evidence-based, and responsive to our national realities. The building collapse is rarely just a structural failure. It is often a failure of systems, processes, oversight, and accountability. We owe it to our victims and indeed to the future generation to ensure that lessons from this tragedy lead to meaningful change. Let these committees work usher in safer construction practices, stronger regulation system, enhanced institutional coordination, and a rewarding culture of accountability.
He further called on all institutions, professional bodies, developers, property owners, communities, and other stakeholders to cooperate fully with the committee, stressing that the era of impunity for unsafe building practices is over. The chairman of the committee, Brigadier General B.F. Kusi, expressed gratitude to the minister for the confidence reposed in the team and assured him that the committee would conduct a thorough investigations and produce recommendations that would serve as a blueprint for improving building safety in the country.
And a bit more stories this afternoon. From Saturday, June 20 to July 3rd, 2026, some 6.7 million eligible persons in 86 endemic districts in 15 regions will be vaccinated against elephantiasis, river blindness, and bilharzia, which remains NTDs that continue to affect some communities in the country. These neglected tropical diseases continue to affect millions of Ghanaians with disabilities if not treated. Currently, there have been a significant progress in the break in transmission in most districts, but there remains more work to be done before the country can achieve the global elimination target of 2030. Residents in the targeted districts are encouraged to take advantage of the exercise. My colleague Sarah Penkro joins us with a bit more in terms of an update, but let's hear now from Dr. Samuel Kaba Akoria, who is the Director General of the Ghana Health Service.
So face serious reproductive health complications, while treatment with praziquantel is effective. Lasting control requires improved water, sanitation, hygiene, and environmental management. To support Ghana's goal of eliminating these diseases by 2030, the Ghana Health Service, through the Neglected Tropical Disease Program, is implementing this year's Integrated Mass Drug Administration campaign. The campaign will take place from 20th June to 3rd July 2026. The MDA will cover 86 onchocerciasis endemic districts across 15 regions and is expected to reach about 6.7 million people. In addition, treatment for lymphatic filariasis will target approximately 266,000 people in 2 endemic districts. While community deworming against schistosomiasis will be conducted in 13 districts across 8 regions, treating approximately 1 million population. Mass drug administration is one of the most effective tools for controlling and eliminating these diseases. It involves providing safe, effective medicines to all eligible people in affected communities. These medicines have been used successfully for many years and are recommended by the World Health Organization. With consistent community participation over several years, NDA can dramatically reduce transmission.
Residents and chiefs of Vakpo in the North Dai district are appealing to government to expand and upgrade the Vakpo Health Center into a major polyclinic to provide timely and efficient healthcare services. According to residents, the population in the area has outgrown the current facility, affecting service delivery. More in the following report.
The Vakpo Health Center has over the years served as the first port of call for residents needing healthcare services. The facility provides primary healthcare services, including OPD care, basic diagnostics, and maternal healthcare to more than 7 communities in the area. But with time, the health center has come under immense pressure due to growing population. Workers at the facility lament that inadequate beds and the lack of essential medical equipment are affecting service delivery, particularly maternal health care.
You see, in this room, we have only 2 beds. So assuming a case come, labor case come, and there are more than 2, you can just imagine how we are going to suffer to take care of those 3. Because, of course, they may have to lie on the floor, where we tend to them on the floor, or we have to, depend on where the 2 pregnant women condition have gotten to, we have to let someone go and for the other person to come, which shouldn't be so. Because ideally after delivery, we must allow them to lie in the bed for us to monitor them for some hours.
Another major problem affecting service delivery is the issue of understaffing and the lack of accommodation for health workers.
We are about 6 here. We do 24 hours. We run shifts, morning, afternoon, and night. So mostly you are alone on duty. And then when you are alone on duty, here you are, and then there's a pregnancy case, labor and delivery. And then you have a case to attend to, and then you have antenatal care to take care of. You alone, how do you run that? Another challenge is the accommodation. Most of us here are coming from the other town, which is Africa, to Vakpo each day. And when you are here, maybe you have a case, sometimes your friend called to come and help, and then I'm far, I'm this and that, but you have to face the case alone.
The situation, according to residents, has resulted in the frequent referral of patients to other facilities, mostly out of the district, leading to calls for the expansion and upgrade of the facility.
So if people come to the facility, they transfer them to Ho or Bango. So that's a big challenge that we have here. The water is a very big challenge for us. It's water that they use to work. And then the lab too. The lab is too small. We want the facility to be upgraded.
Assembly member for the Vakpo Toji electoral area, Peltri Atofe, says the expansion is necessary and must be immediate.
Looking at the population of Vakpo alone, over 8,000 people, and talking about the other communities that also visit us, Trupe, Usuta, Botoku, if they don't expand here, it would be a no for us, because we will continue to have our cases being referred to Pando and Ho for treatment, and when our financial capacities cannot afford, we go home and resort to the herbal medicines to get good health.
In the meantime, chiefs of the area are leading a community initiative to build a medical ward attached to the health center to improve service delivery. Faisal Abdul Idrisu.
Up on the state of roads in the capital, and that's taken us to the Ashanti region, because residents of Achiaso, Akokwamong, and Echim in the Ejisu municipality of the Ashanti region say years of neglect have left their road network in a deplorable state, making daily life increasingly difficult and dangerous. The roads linking the 3 communities have deteriorated over the years, with large potholes, erosion, and muddy stretches, turning what should be short journeys into frustrating and costly ordeals. The residents say, despite repeated appeals to successive government and local authorities, the roads remain untarred and largely inaccessible, particularly during the rainy season when sections become virtually impassable. My colleague Ibrahim Abubakar has been to the area, is joining us right now with a bit more in terms of details. Ibrahim, I appreciate it, and I see you're in a Black Star jersey as well, seeking to suggest that gunning for victory. But let's talk about the roads to start off with and what the residents have been telling you. We've been seeing pictures, but how bad is it?
Well, the situation is quite serious. The roads there are riddled with deep potholes, severe erosion, and muddy stretches that become virtually impossible whenever it rains. Now, the dangerous aspect for residents that they've been complaining is that commercial drivers are increasingly reluctant to use that route due to the frequent damage to their vehicles. And now passengers are even forced to endure long and uncomfortable journeys. For the residents, the nature of the road had led to an increase in their transport fares because drivers attempt to recover the cost of constant repairs. And in some instances, commuters are left with no option but to walk long distances after the vehicles are unable to continue their journey. And these roads have become a daily nightmare for the residents. They are saying that decades of neglect have left the road deplorable, making transportation quite difficult. And this is not only affecting economic activities, but access to healthcare and even education in that stretch. And they have made several attempts to appeal to the authorities, from the assembly to the road ministry, but to no avail. I quite remember during a by-election when the former MP for Ejiso, John Kuma, died, efforts were made. Contractors were on site trying to work on the road, and they were giving assurances that by the close of, that was before 2024 election, that was around 2023, and those assurances came that by the close of the year, and their roads will be tight. And as we speak, now 2026, nothing has been done to address the challenge. So they are becoming uncomfortable with the state of affairs, and they are calling on authorities to, as a matter of urgency, fix the situation for them. Let's listen to what some of the residents have been sharing with us.
We are going to work, when we are going to school, when we are going every places we wanted to go in the morning, we find the difficulty before you reach your working place. So we just appeal to government, and then we appeal the road and highway minister and the MP of Ejiso and the MC at all to come to our aid to look at to fix the road for us.
Passengers are about 2 o'clock. A chance passengers are more brepa. Omanya Kama, because we got trip Ben Unions and our car side. In the case we do know how to work as if you and I'm quite willing to.
Whenever it gets to time for elections, they usually come to us, speak to us, oh, vote for us. If you come to power, we will try to fix the road for you. And the road has been our major concern.
Hearing from the residents, in terms of response, right, from authorities, municipal assembly and water view, what have they been saying is a reason why even drip, for instance, machines are not being put on the road to at least level it for the use of these residents?
So exactly, when we asked, they said efforts are on the way to bring these drip machines to be able to reshape the road. However, because we are in the rainy season, and it's not as if when they reshape, there is money for them to start the road. So usually around this time, working on roads becomes quite challenging because the more you grade the roads and it rains, then it becomes more deplorable. But then they said they are looking at ways they can even get some funds, and after just reshaping it, they'll find some gravels and put them on the road, whilst also still engaging with the Ministry of Roads and Highways and to turn their attention to those areas so that they will also be able to provide them with tarred roads. So those efforts are in the pipeline. But as to when exactly we are seeing these machines on the site or on the road is something that the Assembly failed to disclose to us.
Right then, Ibrahim, I'm sure we can get a bit more subsequently, but I appreciate you with the details that you've been bringing to us. That's my colleague Ibrahim Abubakar. Interesting that drip machines, and well, the time is not really favorable to go and work on roads now. But it beats my mind a bit sometimes.
About preparation, right,
yes,
for the rainy season.
For the rainy season.
Those are important
how
questions.
bad it looks right now as we speak.
Absolutely. Well, away from that, the Commissioner of the Commission on Human Rights and Administrative Justice, Dr. Joseph Whittal, has challenged governments to show a stronger commitment to fighting corruption by ensuring wrongdoing is punished. Dr. Whittal expressed dissatisfaction with the prolonged trials of corruption-related cases, which affects citizens' trust in government's ability to fight corruption. The Shraj boss has been speaking at a forum by the Media Foundation for West Africa in restoring citizens' trust in fighting corruption. And Grace Hamwajimang is there for us. She joins us now with a bit more. Grace, what more can you tell us?
An expose on human rights violation or a corruption allegation, to the extent that I often ask myself whether it is worth fighting at all, considering the energies being deployed every day, almost 24/7, to fight and combat impunity without requisite success, as others before me have already indicated. Nevertheless, I'm happy because the media has never given up, and I believe will never give up on its demand for accountability, transparency, and good governance. For the day that the media gives up, it will be tantamount to the last tree dying, and we all know what that means. This accounts partly for my own daily inspiration to continue working. The other reason is that I have been associated with media activities for a very long time.
That's Joseph Whittal helping us end the bulletin this afternoon.
Well, that'll be all.
Yes, I'm going to ask for predictions ahead of the game today.
Well, you know, I'm making room for disappointments.
Okay.
And I think that at the end of the day, we are looking for 3 points.
Yes.
You know, something tells me it's going to be a point for us. So I'm looking at a draw.
A lot of people will not be happy hearing you say that.
We've got to be realistic. We heard from Bill how powerful the Panama team also is.
Powerful
will be exaggerated. Yeah. But are we in the top 40 world's best team? No, not. So then they're a powerful team.
I would like to rely on what we did, 20 years ago?
Which is why I think it will be a goalless draw today.
No, 20 years ago, we were absolutely nobodies at the world stage. And yet we beat some of the top-ranked teams to make it to the round of 16 and only got knocked out by Brazil. So maybe, 20 years
we'll be
on,
fine.
20 years on, when we are in a difficult patch, we should be able to rise and shine to the occasion.
I'm making room for disappointment. I'm making room for disappointment.
Anyways, that's our bulletin.
But go Black Stars, right?
Go Black Stars. That's our bulletin. We'll all be up at 11 p.m. to watch that game, which is live here on TV3. I am Mawena Igbeta.
And I am Kemeni Amano, or hopefully with a win from the Black Stars. Bye-bye.